Do you get stuck on reading some of the stories on Reddit? I was going through looking at relationship support options and happened to run across an article by a woman who was questioning whether or not she could stay in her relationship when she found out that her partner had been using pornography for 3 years. She said that he was in treatment and that he seemed to be working on his issues, but that she was concerned that she might not be able to trust again and wasn't sure if she should continue. She did say she wanted to, she just didn't know if that was the right thing to do. So other people answered, and of course, there's always two sides um, to the recommendations. I think one of the recommendations was, um, you should run, girl, because that's always going to be a problem. And he was lying to you for such a long period of time. Um, you know, th that could be one option, but then the question is, other than this one thing, have there been other times when you felt like you couldn't trust him? The other recommendation, that came through was somebody, explaining that if you felt like they were working in treatment and that, you were seeing changes in how they interacted with you and that they were more attentive and that, they seemed to be more present and a number of other suggestions for things that might be changing because of treatment. It really kind of suggested that ultimately the decision is up to her. And that's pretty much what I believe. I am a certified sex addiction therapist and a certified sex therapist. When people come into my office, I work with them, try to identify what their goal is, do an assessment to understand what the history is like, what their sexual history is like, what their relationship history is like, if there's been any trauma, what it was like growing up in their homes, what it's like in their current family situation, what their job is about. It's a variety of things that impact how a person decides that they want to manage their lives, and so getting thorough details is important to starting the process of healing. The healing process isn't just for the person that's got the addiction. The healing process is also for the partners who have suffered, um, this trauma because things that they thought were a certain way are actually not. So it's like a high level of deceit. And it's like a person that's lived through a tornado, the way that their life looked before the tornado is not going to be the same if their, house was torn apart or um, they lost their car on the road or something like that. Things are not going to be the same. But then the question is, can you build it so that it comes back better and stronger? And I want to say I have seen some couples who have done that, and I totally support getting extra help. So, not only possibly thinking about getting an individual therapist that specializes in this area, but also getting a person that can help with the couple work. So, what kinds of things need to be put into place to start the building of truth and honesty so that trust can start to be built, and ultimately vulnerability, connection, and intimacy. So I think that's it as far as recommendations. If you have questions for me, please send me a note in the chat section, or feel free to reach me on my website. It's www.cherylcamarillo.com. I'll get it. CHERYLCAMARILLO and .com. You can actually go on my website and fill out a contact sheet asking your question, and it'll pop up for me to look at. And if I am able to answer it and you've provided me a return way to contact you, then I will do that. Or if I feel like it's something that would benefit other people in the YouTube arena, then I would answer that question during a live session, or maybe even do a whole video on it and post it. So I hope that you learned something new about maybe how you're deciding you're going to manage when your partner is using adult videos. Pretty much the same kinds of decision making need to be done if your partner was excessively online, flipping through dating sites, or going out of their way to meet other girls, or maybe they are having some kind of emotional affair with other women at work. So I hope that things, improve if you're having difficulties in this area, and I encourage you to reach out for help. Thank you.